Good morning. This is the agenda for the week of April 6th. Yes, April 6th, 2020. So I wanted to touch base with you guys, give you some reminders about things that are due tonight by midnight, and then also give you your assignments for this upcoming week. Remember that I'm planning on posting assignments every Monday, and then you'll have 7 days to complete them. So everything I'm assigning today is going to be due next Monday, which is the April 13th by midnight. Okay, so reminders first. Don't forget that last week I did post a student conduct poll that I asked you to complete by last Friday before we did our Zoom conference. However, if you haven't done that yet, make sure that you do pop on and do that poll because I'm planning on still giving you credit for that because I do want everybody to do it. I'm kind of thinking of it as like a syllabus that I'm having you sign at the beginning of the year or whatever. It's just about like how you should behave in online format, like e-learning format, whatever. So that is on the news feed, and you might need to scroll down a little bit to find it. So just read the details, read my expectations, click on agree, and you should be good to go. Last Friday, we had our first Zoom conference Socratic seminar, and it was great. Like, I was really, really happy to see a lot of you. I understand some of you weren't able to make it, and that's fine. We are all being flexible with each other because we all have different obstacles and hurdles that we're trying to overcome, whether it's access to technology or we have other obligations during the day or whatever. So if you were not able to make the Socratic seminar live with us, that's okay. There is a makeup assignment that you need to access on a platform called Nearpod. And that was up last week, but I do have those instructions for how to access that on Edsby as well. So make sure that you go on and you do that. That makeup assignment, for those of you that didn't do the Socratic seminar, that makeup assignment is due by midnight tonight. So tomorrow at some point I'll probably go in and give you guys all your grade for either the Socratic seminar or the alternate Nearpod assignment. So just make sure it's done. Oh, the other thing is I told you guys that there was a reading check test that was posted directly on Edsby that I opened last Friday at 3 p.m. after our Socratic seminar, and that it is still open until tonight at midnight. I did put a time limit on it so that you have this roughly the same amount of time as you would in class. It's just reading comprehension check. It's basically just you're being held accountable for actually reading and comprehending the chapter. So it shouldn't be difficult. You shouldn't have any issues with the time limit, but just know when you go in and you start it that you do need to have it completed before you log out. And if you're having any issues accessing that between now and midnight tonight, you can reach out to me. But it should be closed at midnight. You should, for this week, let's move into this week. For this week, you need to start getting through part 2 of Things Fall Apart. So the goal with that is to be done reading all of part 2 in 2 weeks. So I'm actually giving you longer than 1 week to do it. I do want to caution you not to wait until the last minute, because if you don't work on part 2 this week, you're probably going to be overwhelmed next week because I'm giving you another assignment. There's like a second assignment this week that you need to do on zinc, and next week you'll have something as well that you need to do. So I just don't want you to be overwhelmed. So stay focused and pace yourself. But you're going to start reading part 2, and you're going to annotate in preparation for the essay that you have to write at the end of the unit. And you're going to compose 3 text-dependent questions. Now, you don't have a new text-dependent worksheet, but that's fine. You've been doing it long enough to where you probably know the process that you need to go through to write a quality question. But just be ready, because you'll either be posing that in our next Zoom Socratic seminar, or if you're doing the alternate Nearpod assignment for our next one, you'll be asked to share your questions on that. So make sure you do that. And the part 2 is due on Friday, April 24th. So again, that's 2 weeks. Pace yourselves. Stay focused. Then the other thing that you're doing this week is a zinc assignment. I love having students read George Orwell's essay titled Shooting an Elephant at this part of the book because it is very much related to what's happening in Things Fall Apart. So on Zinc, you're going to access that. I already assigned it to you guys. I have instructions for how to get into Zinc for those of you who are maybe new and haven't used it before. But you're going to do that. And I don't want you to just focus on answering the questions in Zinc, which is important for FSA practice. But I also want you to think about the similarities between George Orwell's essay, Shooting an Elephant, and what's happening in Things Fall Apart with colonialism, with one big difference. And that difference is that Things Fall Apart is told from the perspective of the colonized, the Igbo, whereas George Orwell was a member of the British Imperial Police in India. So his perspective is actually from a colonizer instead of a colonized. So I would like you to bring some of what you get from that essay into our next Socratic seminar. And if you're doing the Nearpod for part 2, there will be some tie-in with that too. So just keep that in mind as you're reading. Okay, I think that's it, you guys, for this week. If you have any questions or need help with anything, as always, please reach out to me. I am currently in the process of grading full-length AP essays for my AP kiddos that they had to do over spring break. So I haven't had time to get to your body paragraphs, the self-reflections that you have been working on and turning in. But as soon as I'm done with their essays, I'm going to work on your paragraphs, and then I'm giving feedback, so you will get notification via email as soon as that's done. And then just make sure you log in and check out my feedback. All right, I hope you guys have a great week. Please stay safe, and I will talk to you soon.